Welcome to Archiversity online classes. In this lecture, I am going to explain you how to calculate, analyze and interpret net profit margin. Net profit margin, also called as profit after tax margin ratio. To explain you the concept of net profit margin, I am using profit and loss accounts of two real companies. When a company says they made certain percentage of a profit during a financial year, that means they are indicating it in the form of a net profit margin. So we call this as a net profit margin. So net profit margin is calculated as profit after tax or profit for the year upon net income or a total income. So otherwise, from annual reports of a company, you will find profit for the year. This will be your numerator and total income will be your denominator. In some cases, instead of considering the total income, few authors prefer to use revenue from operations. But here in this case, while calculating the net profit margin, I am preferring a total income because the total income includes both income or a revenue from operations as well as other income. Why I am considering other income here is when you are calculating the profit for the year, we will deduct all the expenses. These expenses includes your direct expenses, selling, general and administrative expenses, then your depreciation amount, taxes, all the amounts are deducted here. So that is the reason why it would be appropriate to use total income. To explain this, I sourced the profit and loss account, that is a statement of a profit and loss account of Narayana Hrudayalaya Limited, and this is a statement of a profit and loss account. And here you have a values for 2 years, that is 2019 and 2020, and we can see that the top line, so we here the total income, we call this as a top line, that means total revenue that is generated. Here is a total income that the company earned. Then we have a profit for the year. So here you can see that the profit for the year, this we can say that profit after tax. So here is a profit for the year. These two values we will consider to calculate net profit margin. And if you observe here, while calculating or to derive the profit after tax, the company deducted all the expenses. So here your expenses for purchase of materials or direct expenses, employee benefits, then professional fees is paid, other expenses, then your finance costs, depreciation and amortization expenses, exceptional amounts, current taxes. So all amounts are deducted, all expenses are deducted here. That is the reason why I felt it is appropriate to use total income instead of revenue from operations to calculate net profit margin. Here we can calculate this for the two financial years. So net profit margin for the financial year 2019 and for 2020. So 2020. For financial year 2019, the profit for the year is rupees 500 and all these amounts in millions. So 500 million, and this is profit for the year, and then your net income is 20,948, whereas for the financial year 2020, net income is 677 million, whereas total income is 22,635 million. So your net profit margin will be 500 upon 20,948 into 100. So 2.38%, or let us say 2.39. So 2.39% was the net profit margin for the year 2019, and similarly for 2020, this is 677 upon 22,635 into 100. So 2.99. So 2.99%, or let us say 3%. So here for this company, the net profit margin is very minimal, in the sense hardly it is a 3% anywhere. And you can see that there is a slight increase, but this increase, even though there is an increase in the net profit margin, but this net profit margin of a 2% or a 3% is not at all encouraging. And similarly, we look at for another company here. This is a standalone profit and loss account for Raymond India Limited. So here it is a Raymond India Limited, and for the 2 years, as I told you, we will consider the amounts of rupees total income. This is in rupees lakhs, whereas profit for the year is here. So you have a profit for the year. Using these two values, we'll calculate the net profit margin. So for the financial year 2019 and 2020, so your profit for the year 7,381, or let us take 82. We should not, but just for the ease of a calculation, I am rounding the numbers. And here this is a 9,432, and your total income 344,052, then 331,464. So your net profit margin, this equals to 7382 upon 344,052 into 100. So this is 2.14%. And for the financial year 2020, this is 9432 upon 331,464 into 100. This is 2.84. Here also there is a slight increase in net profit margin. However, again, the net profit margin of a 2% is very minimal, in the sense the investors are hardly earning a 2% of income per year. So in the sense, if you look at the profit margin as a criteria to make an investment, this profit margin is not even paying you the interest amount that the bank pays on its savings deposit or a current account. So the company is, both the companies here which we considered here, one is Narayana Hrudayalaya and the other one is Raymond's India Limited. Both the companies are not making enough profits to its shareholders. Now, who is much interested in net profit margin or net profit margin is, especially the shareholders are interested in net profit margins, because ultimately this is the amount which the shareholders will get. And if you look at the profit and loss account, at the end it shows that the earnings per share also. So for the equity shareholders, here the earnings per share is 15 rupees and 12 rupees here. And if you look at Narayana Hrudayalaya, then the earnings per share is hardly 3 rupees. So 3.34 and 2.47. In the sense, the earnings per share, each shareholder is earning rupees 3 on their investment in Narayana Hrudayalaya, whereas rupees 15 in case of Raymond's. So in both the cases, the amounts which we calculated are not much encouraging. Now, to know more about, in the sense, why is that these companies are earning very low net profit margins, when you have to make an understanding on each component, the cost of each component or the cost of each expenditure into total income. So for that purpose, it is advisable to draw a common size statement or a vertical, how to perform a vertical analysis, so that you will be knowing where exactly the much of the money is going, that is the revenue is going towards what kind of expenditure. Then based on that, the company should take an action to minimize the cost so that the profit margins will increase. This is how you need to calculate net profit margin using a real company's profit and loss accounts, and try to analyze and interpret. Thank you very much for listening to the lecture.